UFC Minneapolis was an event to remember, and now I'd like to take a look at the top greatest honorable mentions, greatest takeaways, honorable moments from this wonderful event. Francis Ngannou, well, he dethroned Junior Cigano dos Santos, but there's a definitely different vibe around the heavyweight era, as likely Francis Ngannou firmed up a second crack at the belt with a 71-second destruction of Junior dos Santos. It was just a great performance, and one must remember that Francis Ngannou's title shot came after unforgettable left uppercut KO of Alistair Overeem. I mean, he already fought Stipe Miocic and so on, but his total cage time is maybe 2-3 minutes in the last 3 rounds on 3 matches, and can he dethrone Miocic or Cormier? Well, it's hard to say, but he is definitely one of the greatest heavyweights ever. Number 2, well, Joy 2 times, he did it again, but yeah, he did it, man. And Joseph Benavidez, he's riding on a 10-fight UFC win streak right now. He earned a great victory over Jussier Formiga for a second time. In an amazing TKO finish, Benavidez lived up to his Joy 2 times moniker with a second win over Formiga, but there's a big question. Can he do it for the 3rd time? Because can he try to get another victory over champ Henry Cejudo in a match that would finally bring him UFC gold? Well, that's a big question, because 2 failed attempts to win a title against Demetrius Johnson, it kind of raised questions about whether Benavidez was forever destined to come to the final and lose. And the scene at 125 pounds has changed significantly. Joseph Benavidez already has a Cejudo win in his pocket. He did it in December 2016, and Benavidez's chances are kindly, at least I think his chances are likely better than before. Benavidez, he kind of said, if I remember well, that he intended to wait for Cejudo to get healthy so they can get a rematch, and if that's the move to make, well, I don't know, maybe he could let Aljamain Sterling dethrone Henry Cejudo first. Or maybe he should go ahead of him and challenge Henry Cejudo to defend flyweight belt. Number 3, hats off to Demian Maia. Well, you know what, Demian Maia, he's 41 years old, he's still fighting, and the Brazilian grappling specialist earned 21st UFC victory, put in a classic performance to take a unanimous decision win and out-grapple Anthony Rocco Martin and Maia. He landed 3 significant strikes over 15 minutes of cage time, but he secured the win. I mean, whatever it happens, Maia will go happily, and Maia has the 2nd most wins in UFC history, which is kind of funny, but that's the truth. He is behind Donald Cerrone. Many of those wins have drawn the ire of the fans, and he irritates many because of his boring style, but at 41, with his career winding down, Maia is past the point of turning people who don't like watching his style. Maia also recently said that he plans to fight another time and retire, so well, let's see what happens next, because Demian Maia is a special fighter, a really great guy. Also number 4, Fortis MMA. Well, Fortis MMA, it ascends, it climbs up, because Alonzo Menifield is their fighter who dismantled Paul Craig for a 1st round knockout. You saw my reaction, you were probably like, what is this guy doing? But I was damn shocked. I didn't expect he will dismantle Paul Craig so easily. He stays undefeated in his career, but the Dallas-based gym doesn't house many of the biggest names in the sport, but the team continues to win. inside the octagon at an astounding rate, and it's time for head coach and owner Saif Saud to get more credit for that. In addition for his highly entertaining and straightforward style of coaching, I think Saif Saud is one hell of a coach, and maybe people should pay more attention to him in the future and to his fighters from Fortis MMA, Dallas-based gym. They don't have UFC champs yet, but there are names like Macy Kiason, Geoff Neal. They're on the rise, so you never know what might happen next. And number 5, man, I missed Amanda Ribas so much. I missed you, girl. Entire situation, 2-year suspension cut. I missed you, girl, and finally you bounced back with the win. Development of her case, it was damn upsetting to me. It was, I don't know, I missed Amanda Rivas. I like watching her, I like her style. Despite many of you will say she's boring, Amanda Rivas is a great fighter for me. I mean, after a long and agonizing road to her UFC debut, Rivas completely worked Emily Whitmire before finishing the job with a second round submission. I mean, Amanda Rivas was better, she dominated, and I just hope she will fight again very, very soon, because I adore his style. I simply missed her, you know, like a person, like a personality, like that energy that spreads around her. Nothing will get back the time Rivas lost in her career while being sidelined with an unjust suspension, but she definitely turned some heads in her comeback, and I honestly enjoyed that fight, and I honestly hope that she can be kept busy going forward, because while down in Whitmire, it doesn't necessarily prove Rivas as a world beater, supreme basher, superwoman or such things. But she can make noise at UFC strawweight division. I love her, man. I love her fighting style, and I hope she will fight again very, very soon.